Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and this is how to use Amoonguss. So Amoonguss isn't absurdly tanky at first glance, but it does have a lot of hit points, and that is something to be worried about. 114 on the base hit points means we're going to be pretty tanky. However, 70 and 80 on defense and special defense means we're not going to be unkillable. However, we still are going to be a Pokemon that's kind of tough to deal with. So 30 on the speed means not really going to outspeed much. We might even be a Trick Room user at some point, but mostly it's just going to be in that defenses. Now when we look at the attack and special attack and the move pool of Amoonguss, we're going to go more for that special attack. So it's all going to be pretty solid overall. Look at its typing, grass poison typing. So the grass poison typing, pretty interesting because you do get a lot of crucial resists, and this Pokemon can be an excellent sponge for your team. So we have fairy, electric, grass, water, and fighting. So if you have water or fairy, those are the ones that I've mostly used Amoonguss for, that whenever I build my team, if I have water weakness or fairy weakness, I just kind of bring in Amoonguss and it's going to save the day. But because of that grass typing, you have to worry about some super effective hits as well. Flying, fire, psychic, and ice are definitely going to be problematic, but if your opponent is carrying fighting or grass, they're not going to be able to do any damage to you whatsoever, so those are things to consider. Hopping into Pokemon Showdown, I know why you're here. You're here to understand how to use Amoonguss. Like, a guide is to learn something. Here's the deal with Amoonguss. It's such a brain-dead Pokemon to use that there's no reason for a guide, really. That when you go to a guide, you're trying to think like, well, this is how I think I use the Pokemon, but I'm going to use the guide to make sure I'm doing it right. If you have any skill whatsoever, there's really no wrong way to use Amoonguss, and it's pretty obvious that the first thing that pops in your mind that you think Amoonguss is going to be good for, as long as it includes Spore, and as long as it has some foundation in competitive Pokemon, it's just going to work, and that's what makes Amoonguss such a ridiculous Pokemon. So Spore, very exclusive move. Very few Pokemon get it because it's absolutely broken. It's the only 100% accuracy sleep move in the game. And then that's it. So we have other Pokemon that get it, like Parasect, which we don't see that much, and Breloom. But Amoonguss is the main Pokemon that's going to be absurd with this. After that, we have Sustain, so we throw on Synthesis. So now we put them to sleep, we heal up whatever damage they did, and we can just kind of beat on them. So this is what I was thinking for Amoonguss. The base Amoonguss is going to look something like this. If this is what popped into your head, I told you, the guide really doesn't mean anything for this. As for the EVs don't even matter much either, that it's all about what your team needs. Do you need a pure defensive tank? With that, bold nature, max out the hit points, max out the defense, and then you're going to be good to go. Do you want a mixed tank? This right here. I was thinking calm nature, 156 on defense, 100 on special defense, a little bit more on the special because we're weak against psychic, we're weak against ice. Those are going to be special attacks. Same with fire, so while we will see a flare blitz and whatnot, I'm just going to play to the strengths right there of the Pokemon. Also has naturally a little bit higher on the special defense, so we can work that into our strategy. Or if we want a pure special defense tank, that actually works really well. If we go pure special defense tank Amoonguss, then we can just go pure defensive tank Slowbro, and we both get Regenerator. So the thing about Amoonguss is it's such a forgiving Pokemon that no matter what you do, unless you get like one shot, you're going to be able to make use of Regenerator. Pokemon restores 1/3 of its maximum hit points when switching out. So you take too much damage, pretty much you just put your opponent's Pokemon to sleep, you can't deal with them, well now they're asleep, now you switch out, now you get health back, and you don't need to do anything else. Then you just run Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb. Giga Drain, it's for those like stally kind of situations. You use Giga Drain, you heal up some health, Black Sludge going to heal up some health, and then you're doing a little bit of damage to them, and you're good to go. You might also see the Toxic, but that's why we run Sludge Bomb. We throw out the Sludge Bomb, we hope for that chance to poison, and then we just use Giga Drain while they're getting ticked down into oblivion. Also, Amoonguss, very awesome Pokemon to answer fairy types with. That if you have a dark type Pokemon that's centered around your team, for me, it's Mega Sableye. If you have a Pokemon like that, you just run Amoonguss and you're good to go. So you just bring in Amoonguss, Sludge Bomb, and now that's going to be tons of damage, or they're forced to switch out, and then that Pokemon coming in gets a free Spore, and you're absolutely untouched. With the Slowbro synergy, kind of the same idea. Like, you can run whatever Slowbro. I have a Slowbro guide. I have Mega Slowbro guide. You run pure 8 hit point defense Mega Slowbro with the Amoonguss, and that's going to be the most absurd core ever. Oh no, a special attack. I'm going to go into Amoonguss. Cool thing about Amoonguss is what Slowbro is weak to, Amoonguss can resist or isn't weak against, and vice versa. So Amoonguss sees fire, Slowbro comes in. Slowbro sees electric, Amoonguss comes in. Hey, that's how it works. Told you this Pokemon's brain dead. As for other things, you can run Foul Play, you can run Clear Smog. Clear Smog actually works out pretty well. If they're trying to set up against you, you go, haha, no, and then you Clear Smog them in the face, and nothing happens. Foul Play is a reliable damage option. A lot of physical attackers out there. With the Foul Play, you might want to be a bit more defensive oriented. Maybe go with a Calm Nature, something like that. So with this, I was thinking Calm Nature, and then you just max out the defense. But you're going to have that little bit of special defense carrying you on. Max out the hit points, you're going to be good to go. With this, you can also run Rocky Helmet, but that's it. Your decisions with Amoonguss aren't complex at all. You just kind of do what feels right for the team, and it's going to be successful for you. As for double battles, Amoonguss gets Rage Powder, it gets Spore, so you just Rage Powder all the moves that are coming to you if you feel that your allied Pokemon is threatened. If not, you start putting others to sleep. If you want to be a jerk, you can use Protect and absorb hits, and then you can hold on to the Sludge Bomb. That way, you know, there's Sylveon, there's some Fairy types, you can use that for the damage, or Giga Drain for the sustain, and that's kind of going to be it for Amoonguss. Citrus Berry is going to help you just get a lot of health back really quick. Since it's double battles, you're not expected to be on the field for more than 4 or 5 turns, so we don't really need a Black Sludge in this situation, and Effect Spore is kind of going to be an interesting thing. So Regenerator, 100%, always have Regenerator in single battles if you're running Spore. If for some reason you're not running Spore, then I guess Effect Spore works, but in doubles, it's a different case, because you can have the Pokemon that's making contact with you not be the one you're putting to sleep. So they might get paralyzed, they might get poisoned, they might have some kind of really crazy status thing happen to them from the Effect Spore, and then you get to affect the other Pokemon. So Spore the other Pokemon, now someone's asleep, someone else is statused, and that could be a really neat effect to have. Or you just Regenerator. If things get bad, you can switch out, come back in for like a last turn Rage Powder, comeback destruction. But that's Amoonguss. Like I said earlier, it's brain dead. That there's really no way of screwing it up as long as you're competent at Pokemon battling. And that's why it's such a good Pokemon, because of that Spore and being just pretty tanky to begin with. So if you guys enjoyed the video, that's how you use Amoonguss. Yeah, you probably didn't learn anything either. I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you for watching.